Hello, welcome to Cool Gaming Exploits, and this is another round of news for you. I don't know if you remember a service called OnLive. It was essentially one of the early adopters of the cloud gaming industry. The new way of gaming in which you don't have to have a massive PC that has all the graphics cards and processing and all the lovely things that we all love to use to play games on, or have an expensive console to play your games on. It was just essentially, if you've got an internet connection, you can play your games on whatever. As long as it's like a laptop or a PC or something, you can just literally, if you can plug a controller in, just off you go. But you didn't ever actually own the games. It was more of a rental service. You could get a permanent rental sort of thing in a way, because you never actually owned a physical copy. You never actually had the game data saved onto a hard drive, because it would stream to you via the company's servers. Now obviously this posed a lot of problems when it came to say dodgy internet connections, or lag was a big issue. And obviously over time, if you're having intermittent internet connections on the quality aspect, you end up dropping resolution like there's no tomorrow, and or lagging. And I tried the service myself. I tried playing Saints Row 3 on it a number of years ago now, and it was abysmal. I thought it might be my internet connection, but it was one of those things where a lot of people were reporting it. Either way, the service didn't quite work. It was a solid foundation for cloud gaming, but it just wasn't quite up to scratch. Now it is failed. Now OnLive has failed. The company's shutting up shop at the end of April, and a large portion of the company is being sold to Sony. Now, this is where you see the advantage and disadvantage. You see the advantage of cloud gaming. You don't need overly expensive hardware to play your games. Disadvantage: when these servers shut down, when OnLive shuts down completely, on the 30th of April, anyone who has bought a game, and I said it was like permanent rental because you never had the data yourself, you never had the game data or a disc or anything, it was just streamed to you. Soon, even if you've bought and paid for permanent ownership of that game, you've paid a full £40 or $60 for that game, on the 30th of April, you will no longer be able to access that game. At all. Ever. It's gone. Completely. And that's the problem with cloud gaming, and that's where a lot of industry analysts are suspecting that Xbox Live will go, or PlayStation Network. They'll kill the consoles off and just go straight down the cloud gaming route. Now, I mean, it's a good idea. I'm not going to say it's not, but it's a bit of a risk, to be honest, I think, because if PlayStation or Xbox stop existing for some reason. Now, I know it sounds out there right now, but if you remember, Sega used to be one of the biggest console gaming developers in history back in the 90s, and then obviously they had a couple of flops, and that's it. They haven't produced a single console since the Dreamcast, which was a number of years ago now. Well, that could quite easily happen to the Xbox division or the PlayStation division of those respective companies in the future. There's nothing to say that can't ever happen. It's not an impossibility. It's never an impossibility. Nintendo's struggling at the moment. They're still hanging on pretty decently. They're putting up a good fight, but they're having problems. So I mean, for them to go down the cloud gaming route, there would be millions upon millions of people invest in this. I mean, people just go, well, they own a PlayStation now, they own an Xbox now. They wouldn't think twice to go to the Xbox Live service. They go to the PlayStation Network cloud service. If they kill off the consoles completely, which is what the industry analysts predict will happen, and then they'll put tons of money, hundreds and hundreds, thousands of dollars and pounds into these cloud services, and then if anything ever went wrong with these services, and Sony and Xbox had a failed experiment at Sharp Shop because they couldn't warrant financing the cloud gaming division anymore, then that would be it. You lose all your game. Imagine that, though. Imagine that. I mean, sit there, look at your game libraries right now, whether it's on Steam, whether it's in PlayStation games or Xbox games. Just look at your library, Nintendo even, and just think, one day, you go to play games and all of a sudden you find out that the service is shut down and all your games that you can't play. They're just not there. They don't exist. It's a horrible, horrible thought. It really is. It's utterly... I can't imagine it. I just can't imagine, like, one day turning on PC and all of a sudden, bloop, Steam's gone. sold my game. I mean, that wouldn't happen because like Steam, luckily, if they announced that Steam was going to go under, I just have to go out, buy a shit ton of Blu-ray discs, come back, download the games one by one, and copy all the game data over to a disc, and then I'll be able to continue playing them after Steam shut down. Because you download the full game data onto your hard drive. It doesn't need... I mean, Steam is a DRM, but it checks once every now and again to see if you got the legitimate... It checks once every now and again to see if you got legitimate copies of each game, unlike, say, other DRMs when you have to be online all the time. So, I mean, if you just download all the games, then you'll never have an issue playing with them at all if Steam went down. Obviously, with cloud service, you never have the physical data, whether it be disc-based or on your hard drive, so you don't get that, and all of a sudden, all these games that you own are gone. They're just gone. They don't exist. I really hope that the industry doesn't go full on for this cloud gaming thing. I mean, it's okay, I guess, if you want to like play old games on the PlayStation Network and that, because they've got that going on. I can't remember what it's called now, Gaikai, I think it was, where they can stream some old PlayStation 2 games onto their PlayStation 4. I mean, that's cool. I'd rather actually own the game data though, because if they decide to shut down the servers, you know, all that money you've spent is just erased, because you've now no longer got the product that you paid for. Anyway, it's interesting to see how it's gone for OnLive, because it came out, it didn't do well, it had a lot of issues. If it didn't have the issues, it might have got more popularity, may have lasted a bit longer, but now that it's shut down, you can see exactly why it's a bad idea for anyone to invest in any sort of cloud gaming distribution service. It's just a bad idea. I think it's a really, really, really bad idea to go down that route. But yeah, that's all from me. Thank you for watching Recall Gaming Exploits. The stuff the other channel tells you to do, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.